All right, I now call the meeting of the Appointments Committee of Gardner City Council, Wednesday, July 30th, 2025 to order. Clerk, please do a roll call.
Councillor Heath?
Present.
Councillor Headland?
Present.
Councillor Kazauskas?
All right, announcement of opening meeting recordings. Is anyone recording today's meeting besides staff? There's no one here. Reading of minutes of prior meetings. May 14th, 2025.
I'll move to dispense with the reading of the minutes and accept them as presented.
Okay. Is there any discussion?
Just want to make one quick comment. Coming in today, I was thinking about, I had made a previous request for us to send the mayor a letter with some questions about the inspectional services letterhead that former Commissioner Tom Zupa had used, and just the origins of why the department title had changed, where this letterhead had come from. We have not received any word yet, and I was definitely surprised when I was looking through the minutes in preparation for today that it was that long ago. It felt like it hadn't been that long, but May 14th happened to be the meeting where that took place, so hopefully that'll be fixed, and we'll, before a new hire, and hopefully we'll hear from that soon. That is all.
All right, and the letterhead had the Department of Inspectional Services.
Right, and ours is the building department, so just wanted to clear that up and find out more information. So hopefully we'll hear soon.
All right, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say no. Motion passes. All right, interview of the following appointees. All right, item 11487, a measure confirming the mayor's appointment of Steve Hirons to the position of sealer of weights and measures for term expiring January 16th, 2028. Mr. Hirons, step right up.
Either one?
Yeah, yes. All right, Mr. Hirons, thank you for coming today. Would you like to let us know what you do?
What I do? All right, well, I am the sealer of weights and measures for the city of Gardner. I test all of the scales, gas pumps, oil trucks, measuring devices, yardsticks. We still test yardsticks, believe it or not, but yeah, that's one of the things. But yeah, I've been doing that since 1989 for the city of Gardner. 36 years, appointment date was 1989.
Any questions?
Sure, thank you. First of all, very nice to meet you. Now have
Nice to meet you.
face to the name I recognize from
Yeah, if you fill up in Gardner, you've seen the name.
Yeah, absolutely. And then just walking through the job a little bit, I think it's something that maybe a lot of the public who might watch aren't sure of. I hate to admit that I was born in 1989, but so you've been doing this a long time. We want to thank you for your years in this role for the city of Gardner. How often do you have to check those devices? Is it once a year? Is it multiple times?
It's officially once a year. I go through, particularly supermarkets, I'll go through and check supermarket scales on a regular basis. Just with what they put out, if you notice they have on the side of all of the deli counters now, they have prepackaged deli goods. I'll check 15 of those when I go in. Just to make sure that they're saying what they're supposed to say. The scales are checked definitely every year. If there's a problem with them, the folks at the supermarkets are pretty good about calling me, because I don't really go in to get angry at them. We get along pretty well, so they'll call me if there's a problem with their stuff. The other things, I'll check the prepackaged meats, steaks, hamburgers, whatever else could be over on the other shelves from the meat department. So all of those scales I test annually. All the scales up front I test annually. Scanners I check semi-annually. In other words, when they just take the package and they run it through there and it gives you the price. They have a testing system from the Division of Standards where we do 100 products in the supermarket at least, and they have to get 98 correct or they failed the test. So we go through and give that a pretty good test. I usually do 125 to 130 products. I have the person in charge of that in the store walk with me And we go just up and down the aisles is the plan from the Division of Standards. 10 items each aisle, up and down. I can pick, they can pick, it doesn't matter to me. That is what we do in supermarkets. Gas stations, we do the same thing. They're tested annually. Any complaints come in, we test immediately and take care of any complaints that come up. The gas pumps are tested with a 5-gallon prover that's approved by, again, the Division of Standards. And they have a 5 cubic inch rate, what's the word I'm trying to get here? Error, thank you. So 5 cubic inch error on either side of 0. There's 231 cubic inches in a gallon, and it's a 5-gallon prover. So we test each one of those, pour it back in the ground, and test it again with the 5-gallon provers. Just recently, I finished the Safeway station on Pearson Boulevard, and pump 6 was 25 cubic inches over. So the gas station was losing quite a bit. So that's one of the things we're working for them as well as we work for the consumer. And so we test all of those in the city. There's 200 plus pumps and 150 scales, 155 scales, and that can change every year depending on a new company coming in. Farmers markets we check.
Thank you. That's really interesting. I think it's probably more involved than people maybe realize. And there's a lot more science.
Every year it has. It used to be you just filled it up and walked over and dumped it out. Now I've got all the paperwork that I keep for each scale. I keep a cubic inch numbers as to which they're off, so I can check it against last year's, because a lot of the scales are the same scales year in and year out, or the gas pumps are the same gas pumps year in and year out. So we keep a number. They have a serial number on them, they have a ID number on them, and we take all of that, put it in our paperwork, and we can present that to the Division of Standards at any given time when they look for it, and they do. We have to keep that paperwork for 4 years.
Great. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. That's it for my questions. That's
Awesome.
interesting. Yeah.
Thank you, Councilor Hagelin. So I seen the title. I didn't know exactly what it consisted of and everything else. And I work in the grocery stores in my personal
Yeah, I see you there.
I see you all the time. And I just never put the two together. I see, your name on the gas pumps and everything else. And I was, it's just awesome for the public to see everything that you do and everything else. And that's one of the reasons why this appointments committee was made, is to go ahead and make sure that, for one, that we can vet everybody out. And, for two, to make sure that the public knows all of the, the important people that are in the city that try to make sure, like you said, that, making sure that we're getting our dollars worth when we're going to the gas pump, or
Sure.
we're measuring, we're buying our meat and vegetables and everything else. So it makes sense to me now that I sit here and look at it, and I'm sitting here and I'm looking at the term, like, like what does this job entail? So I'm glad that you were able to come in and explain it. So was there, only questions I have is, what challenges have you had in the position?
A lot of the challenges come from the people. The people have, there's a number on the gas pumps for people to call, and that is the Division of Standards, and they'll turn around and get back to me, or they call the mayor's office. And I don't like to let any complaints go or any misunderstandings go, so we get those squared away immediately. That's the challenge, is the people don't get what they're supposed to get, and that happens. I'll go test the pump and find that it's short, so I'll address it. I'll shut the pump down, and we'll address it with the manager. Typically, the gas stations now are owned by much bigger companies than the regular guy that used to own them when I first started. So that process is better now, believe it or not, because these guys don't want to make mistakes with their gas pumps, so they get their techs out right away and straighten them out. So it's really good. That's the biggest thing, and I take a little pride in the fact that people are getting what they're supposed to get. And I don't skip a scale, I don't skip a gas pump, because, I got 26 gas pumps to do, so I'm gonna do 20 today. I don't ever do that. I make sure that all of them get tested. so everybody gets a fair shake. 'Cause at $3 a gallon and $20 a pound for a good steak, you wanna get what you're paying for. And people should get what they're paying for.
Exactly. And if I'd ask one other question, if you had to say there was some rooms for improvement or things that could help you with your job, is there anything that you can see?
You know, it's funny you ask, the equipment today is the same equipment I used when I started. I have a couple of tanks that I started with 36 years ago. It's pretty much the same, the weights are the same, although Division of Standards, again, they test them every couple of years, our stuff. And then every 10 or 12 years, they'll say, all right, you gotta get new equipment. And that's a really big expense for the city. Just keeping the equipment up to date, that's the key. I mean, that's the challenge, is making sure that what we have works.
That's good to know. Oh, good questions, I asked that.
Awesome, thank you. No further questions?
No further questions? Yeah, thank you so much.
Okay,
Easy peasy.
well,
That's it. Thank you.
thanks, guys.
Appreciate your time.
Thank you, thank you for coming in.
Got a rubbish barrel right there? This thing's on.
Right.
Just on the over here.
Yep, okay. Anything else?
That's it.
No?
That's
Okay,
it.
thanks, guys.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Have a good one. Stay cool.
See you soon, you have a great one.
I'll see you. Yeah, I'll see you at one of the games.
Yes. All right, item 11551. This is a measure confirming the mayor's appointment of Officer Russell Collins. I'm gonna ask for more time for this.
Sure, no objection.
Okay. Item 11617. Measure confirming the mayor's appointment for Mario Guy. Again, this is another situation I think we should go ahead and ask for more time, so we can go ahead and get a write-up.
Agreed.
Things as such, no objection.
No objection.
All right, item 11620, a measure confirming to elect the city treasurer and city collector of taxes effective August 4th, 2025. For the public, this item is different from our usual business because we're discussing the election of the treasurer, collector, one of only 3 department heads of the city charter requires the council to elect rather than be appointed by the mayor. The council president and I agreed that the committee is the right place to review these council elected positions and ensure we are meeting our oversight responsibilities. I plan to follow this same process for the auditors next election year and the city clerk in 2027. With that being said, I'd like to ask our current treasurer and collector to speak with us, answer any questions.
Okay, hi.
Hello.
I did prepare a few things. I figured let you all know exactly what takes place in the office, so thank you for the opportunity to speak with you. You know, it's an honor to work with so many dedicated individuals, all working towards the common goal of advancing the city to reach its highest potential. So the treasurer collector plays an important role in the city. It's wearing 2 different hats. So on the treasurer's side, the department processes payroll for every city employee. This includes all the different pay areas, regular time, overtime, shift differential, holiday pay, any and every kind of pay, as well as all deductions for taxes, insurances, garnishments, union dues, optional benefits. And all of these transactions must be complete and correct to ensure that all employees are paid what they should be paid. We rely on the information given by every city department and plug all that into the computer. We do have deadlines for uploading all of the information for direct deposit, so we're mindful of all the different timelines when it comes to processing the payroll. And while payroll isn't just paying employees, we also have to pay federal and state taxes that must be filed weekly. We must balance those payments to quarterly reports with the IRS and the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. The payments for optional insurances, garnishments, dues, and deferred withholdings must be paid on a weekly or monthly basis. And we also prepare all of the annual W-2 forms for every employee. We also do the accounts payable checks and EFT and ACI, which is automated clearing information. It's like a credit card payment for every vendor, and every week there can be anywhere between 200 and 500 checks that get processed through the office. We print and mail every one and process the online transactions in the timely manner. I have oversight of all the debt in the city, and I make sure all the principal and interest payments are paid on time to avoid any late fees. Annual reports are required to remain in good standing, and periodic reviews, especially when borrowing new money, are required to verify our bond rating. The city is currently rated AA-, AAA is the highest you can get, and it is a stable rating for the city. The city has approximately 11 million in debt inside the borrowing limit, which is 5% of the city's equalized valuation, as noted by DOR. And then we have approximately 55.5 million outside of the debt limit. All general liability and auto insurances are overseen by my department. We handle all claims made against the city and often act as a liaison between the public and the insurance company for any claims that are submitted. We process all life insurance claims made against the city's group life insurance plan. We also I reconcile all of the bank statements to the general ledger. There are currently 37 regular accounts, 22 escrow accounts, and the retirement office account. Bank deposits are made by the assistant treasurer to maintain the separation of checks and balances. The treasurer also takes in cash, checks, and online payments from every department in the city. All deposits are verified and a receipt is given to everyone as proof of that deposit. I'm responsible for all parking meter receipts. I must maintain a detailed cash book showing which department turned over funds, what the funds were for, and what account they were deposited into. I have to maintain a warrant sheet that provides a check and balance with the auditor for all of the accounts payable processing. I process all the wire transfers that go out. All of the ACH and EFT payments are approved by me. I keep a schedule of all transfers between the accounts. I pay all the department invoices, any bills that come in. We maintain the postage machine and add funds when the balance is low, and we notify departments of any online transactions that need to be reported. And then on the collector side of things, we get the file from the city assessor and have to prepare the real estate and personal property tax bills for printing and processing in Munis. And then make sure we get the affidavit of mailing is proof that all the bills were mailed from the deputy collector. Prepare the real estate and personal property tax bills for uploading to the city website for online payments. Same with the excise bills. Once the file comes in from the RMV to the city assessor, we then have to upload everything into Munis to accept the payments. We collect payments at the window for the real estate, personal property, excise tax, parking tickets, as well as all the utility bills. All payments funnel through my department. Printing reports daily from the city's online bill pay system so that those payments can be entered as received as well. Those tests are primarily performed by staff. When we're short, I'm out on the desk doing those. Lockbox payments come in from CoreLogic and Loretta. They're the bank's clearinghouse, so all escrow payments come through that. We have to maintain all the commitment books and warrants and use a spreadsheet so that makes sure we're balancing our numbers to the general ledger. We have to approve any refunds for overpayments made to real estate, personal property, or motor vehicle excise. We have to maintain files regarding bankruptcy filings. We review permit and license applications to be sure applicants are in good standing so that they can get their permits. Process and maintain all tax titles and communicate with the tax title attorneys for any property that's in the foreclosure process, and enter into payment agreements with delinquent taxpayers. And then separately, I provide detailed pay reports for various departments to assist with their annual reports or grant reimbursements. working with outside vendors and employees on any payroll issues, optional benefits, or deferred compensation. Oftentimes called out to de-escalate tense situations with angry taxpayers at the window. And I've also been assisting community development planning during their transition period, since I have the background in that department. So that's, in a nutshell, what takes place in my office.
You said it in a nutshell. Councilor Hagman, any questions?
Sure, thank you. No, thank you. We know it's a lot that and how important your departments are, and that is a really great summation of that work. And by all accounts, I think from my end, you've really served the city well in all of your capacities with your time with us, so thank you for that also.
Thank you.
But since you are here, I assume you do want to continue on?
Yes.
Wonderful, that was the easy one.
Yes.
You would talk about some of the things that with your checks and balances and accounts and stuff. Do you feel like you have the systems in place you need? I think of maybe what happened with the health insurance a while back, or do you feel that things are working the way they can, not operating the best? You have the resources you need within.
I think we're getting there. I think we have the majority of things where we're doing the direct deposit advices by email now. That was a big thing we wanted to implement. The thing that is always a stickler with people is the water and sewer trash bills. Not able to upload those into our online payment system, so people have to have a physical bill in order to make that payment so they know the amount. I believe that with the upgrade that is currently going on, and Bob O'Keefe could speak to that, he's been kind of spearheading that, but I think it's about a 6-month process. But I believe the file that will be generated once those upgrades are complete will be able to upload those payments. So then we'll be really in good shape with our online systems where we need to be.
Awesome. Great. And then I guess on that similar note, the chairman referenced it, you're in one of the few unique positions that are appointed by the council and really effectively work for and report to the council as part of the check and balance within the larger city picture. Do you feel that you have the support you need from the council, that you have the access and communications you need with the council, or is there anything you'd say to room for improvement or that you're looking for?
I don't think so. I think you've all made yourselves available when needed, and I've got a great team working with me, and then working with the auditing office. We all work really well together, so we haven't had any issues that require that kind of intervention. So it's worked out quite well.
Great. Thank you. That's it for me.
All right, well, thank you for coming.
You're welcome.
After hearing everything that you do, and I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm gonna rewatch this on YouTube because it's a lot. I feel like we can give you more. I don't know. Yeah, we'll have to discuss. Yeah, just a couple more things to do. So I have a couple questions. All right. What do you see as the biggest financial challenge or opportunity Gardner's facing in the near future?
I think it's just the unknown rising costs for construction and how we're really going to fund those issues. Anything that is water, sewer related, it's borrowing outside the debt limit. It's when we're getting on the inside of that 5% of the equalized valuation, we have to be mindful of what projects we're advancing. And I think that, and the culture of the rising interest rates too are going to impact any future borrowing. The first, the last 2 borrowings we did, we saw an increase in the rates. We had been very low, I'm gonna say like between 1.2 and 2.5, and we've crept up over 4% now because of the economy the way it is. Until we see a change in that, I'd be hesitant to borrow money. Might be looking at other alternatives for financing. rather than just a bond.
That's understandable. And then, earlier this year, there was a reporting of a discrepancy, between your office and the auditor's office. Has the issue been resolved?
Yes. Yeah, you talking the health trust balance?
Yes.
Yes, yeah, there was confusion over funds missing, it was just the auditor didn't have the report. I didn't realize he used that report to populate his figure, so it was just a miscommunication on our part, and now that I know how important it is to him to get that, he gets that on a regular basis,
Awesome.
yeah.
I don't think I have any other questions. I just wanted to, say thank you. Thank you for coming. Thank you for everything you do.
Well, thank you.
I don't know if we can give you anything else. But thank you. That is all.
Okay, thank you.
The next item, 11621, that item right there we just received on Monday. It's literally right inside of that 10-minute window. Therefore, we'll just go ahead and we'll put more time on that.
Sure, no objection.
No objection on that right there. Resignations, there's none. There's my hero as well. Alright, discussion. Discussion of the appointees. Alright, 11487, a measure confirming the mayor's appointment of Stephen Hirons to position of sealer of weights and measures for term expiring January 16, 2028.
I'll move to recommend to the full council the measure be confirmed.
Second. Alright, motion made by Councilor Hagman, seconded by Chair Heath to recommend that mayor's appointment. Is there any discussion?
Nothing further.
Alright, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say no. Motion pass. Alright, both the next items, 11551 and 11617, those items right there, we have asked for more time. There's no discussion, correct?
I agree. No, I think you're right to ask for those write-ups and more time, so thank you. I agree.
Alright, so. Alright, item 11620, a measure to elect a city treasurer and city collector of taxes effective August 4th, 2025.
Yeah, I'll move to recommend to the full council that this measure be adopted, and Jen Demick be nominated for that role.
Alright, so you're, making a motion to support.
Jen Demick, our current, yep, in that position again, and recommend that to the full council.
Okay, motion made by Councilor Hagelin, seconded by, second. A motion made by Councilor Hagelin, seconded by Chair Heath to recommend the mayor's appointment. Is there any discussion?
No discussion. No further.
Alright, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say no. Motion passes. And then item 11621, a measure confirming the mayor's appointment of Richard Rocks to position of planning board member. Again, this is another item that we can go ahead and ask for more time.
Agreed.
So I had all my papers nicely in order, and then I started flipping through them. Alright. Alright, so before we adjourn, I'd like to thank Councilor Hagelin. I want to thank you for all the work that you've done in making this committee receive all the necessary information from the mayor and remains consistent in reviewing appointments. You've pointed out some discrepancies, things And I just want to go ahead and go say thank you. I appreciate that, and it helps my job a little bit easier. So again, thank you.
Thank you.
To help with this, I'll be preparing a draft rules for the committee to review and vote on at our next meeting. This has been discussed before, and I believe it's time we take formal action. All right, with that said, motion to adjourn?
So moved, all said.
Second.